I'm gonna kind of do my noon chats a little bit here on these truth talks regarding kind of the IDI messages that I send out. So those of you who aren't on my I Deserve It text, go to my website. It's free, and it's literally openideserveitnow.com, or my name, openideserveitnow.com. And if you don't get the daily I Deserve It text, I want you to go in and log in today and get it. You're getting it direct from me, so it's not from anybody else, and I make them up daily on my own to give you guys a little inspiration, a little bit of love. And the reason I want you guys to do that is because you'll be updated with everybody else on that call, or on that I Deserve It text. And the text that went out yesterday got a lot of attention. And so I thought, all right, let's talk about that today. And the reason I say that is because I posted it in the notes section of this call on Facebook and Instagram. You guys can see it as well. And the reason I posted it was the question that came into me this week, or the last couple of days, was can conditioning change? And I thought, what a really great question, right? Given what's going on in the world right now, and your universes, in your worlds, and the I Deserve It that went out yesterday, the daily text that y'all get. Again, it comes direct from me. I don't know, I get the download, I get an idea, and I get a thought. And it said, if you have become hypersensitive, you have given up your personal power. And, if you can wrap your brain around this concept, if you're hypersensitive to everything that's happening, to everything that everyone says, to everything that everyone's doing, to everything outside of you, everything, then you're going to feel like you have no power, right? They are telling you, and we've talked about this. And so this was a big thing. If you're becoming hypersensitive to everything, you've literally given up your power. And I want you guys to know, guys, I feel it. I feel it with you. I feel everything that you guys are going through. I get it. There's not a person alive on the planet that's not being impacted by this thing. Yet, just because the impact is happening doesn't mean you have to be affected by it, right? It doesn't mean you have to be affected at that level of, a second. Doesn't mean you have to be affected by the level of the external chaos. And the reason I say this is because if you're hypersensitive, it means you're walking around like you have no power. That's what this quote means. You've given up your power to everyone else. And no building can be built on a faulty foundation. And I'm using a little of my husband's lingo here, but it's true, right? No building can be built on a faulty foundation. And so if you're going to have this poor foundation and you pour it and it's out of crack, or there's some, unevenness to it. And then of course, if you have any sort of disturbance in your foundation that started before this whole chaotic scenario started, you're feeling it. Now, this has gone on pretty long. So now, of course, you're all probably feeling it that much more and that much more intense. And I get it. I'm not debating any of that with you. I want you all to understand, I totally get it. And the reason I'm sharing this with you today is because I have not been known to sugarcoat things, right? And I think even with a lot of you on my social media channels, I even have sugarcoated a little bit for you guys, kind of like tiptoeing around some of this stuff and being gentle with you and going, I believe it, and I believe in you, and I believe that you can do this, and I do, which is why I'm showing up. But I'm gonna come clean with you guys right now. And because I'm not known for sugarcoating, and I'm not known for sugarcoating, so I have to be cautious here. Again, I'm also not known for I'm a bit of a sailor mouth, so I've got to be careful so we don't get audited here on this on this call or this live feed. They'll take it off. So anyway, I'm not normally one to get ruffled. I'm typically the rock, right, for everyone else, and because of that, I want people to kind of be cautious of when I am being that rock for people. What happens and what is it that I want you all to understand with this. And so in being the rock, that comes with a price, right? And the price for being that rock is typically hard. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I can see all of you here. There we go. Okay. So being the rock for a lot of people, it gets overwhelming. It can get a little bit heavy at times, and that's okay. I'm okay with being that. I've talked to you guys a couple of these calls about being the lighthouse, right? Of you don't need to go anywhere, you don't need to change, you just need to be the light, and you need to lighten up the world and be, something bigger for everybody else. And so I'm sharing this with you because my feathers have gotten ruffled. And the reason I say that is why did I get a little bit ruffled? It's been because of this. And it's because this question came in, it was brilliant. Can conditioning change? And the answer is yes, and the answer is no. And conditioning can change only if you want it to. And if you want conditioning to change, you're watching it in two options, and you get to change your conditioning in two ways. There's two ways to change a paradigm, which is conditioning, right? It's through trauma or repetition. And guess what, guys? Trauma has forced all of you to make changes, yet the people who don't want to are the ones who are struggling. And this is why my feathers got ruffled. It is not as if that I don't think you're ready or not ready. It's up to you to decide if you want to make a change through new choices, new repetition, new changes, and move on with your life. That's totally open-minded, and you're going to go do it when you're ready. Make your change. Or you get a trauma thrust upon you, and you don't have a choice but to change. Now, the interesting piece on this is that why my feathers got ruffled, and I know you've been like, why'd her feathers get ruffled? I just got kind of deflated and let down, because what happens is I have to get reminded that not everybody wants to change, and not everybody enjoys change. I'm so used to it. I don't even know if I would know life without change. That's my comfort zone more so than it is quiet and stability. And so what happened is I get asked all the time, why and what? Why is this happening? And what is, and what's going to happen from it? Or what does this mean, Dawn? Why is this happening? Where is this coming from, Dawn? And what's really even more so fascinating is many don't like the answers. And I want you guys to hear me that you don't like the answers because they're simple. You don't like the answers because it can't be that basic, right? You don't like the answers because if you did that one little thing every single day that I keep offering and people are like, that's not going to work. Really, Dawn? If I did that, that's going to work. What you are all forgetting is the one most simplistic thing in this entire experience is that we are all energy, and energy is no different than nature, an atom. And so if you are nature and you are natural, I did this on my TED Talk, for goodness sake. It was the first 2 seconds or 2 minutes of the talk. You are a seed. You come from a seed. You come from two people who create this seed, and the seed grows, and it grows from nature. So you think that the body doesn't know what to do to heal itself physically, emotionally, mentally? It knows what to do. It's us. We are the ones getting ourselves in trouble. We are the ones who are getting ourselves in trouble because we don't want to do the work. That's why I got my feathers ruffled. And I've done this so long, I know most people don't want to do the work. Most people don't sign up with me for private coaching unless they're like literally ready. And why is that? Because I'm not, as I said earlier, I don't sugarcoat shit. I am not a sugarcoater. So if you want to work with me, you've got to be open to truth. Now, this is what's funny is, you know, most people don't want to fix things, not because they don't want to feel better. They don't want to fix things. Why? Because they don't want to do the work. So many are in denial right now of their reality, whether it's the reality of their physical experience, like they've lost their job, or they've lost health, or they've lost wealth, or they've lost, I don't know, friends or family. And so most people are in denial about that, or they're in denial about not admitting to their bullshit, to their total inner crap, that they're like, well, I'm not like that. And what's fascinating was for me is, and I think this is what got me all flustered, was, my husband, I love the man. He is so good for me in so many ways, but he used to think I was a pessimist because he's extremely on the positive camp. I mean, he's just super positive, and he's so, naturally drawn to go and to see, and I want to see the good. I want to see the good. And I kept telling him I'm not pessimistic about things. And one day he said, I finally get it. He goes, you're not being pessimistic. You're a realist. And that is why I call a lot of my products Truth Tribe, Truth Talk, Truth Discussions, sugarcoating, right? If you aren't really ready to get into an aspect of yourself and go, okay, my life, my fault, I created it, whether it's just people going, oh, someone took advantage of me. No, they didn't. You let them take advantage of you. Oh, someone got out there and they got me sick. No, you didn't. You let them, because you haven't built up your immunity. If you were immune to all of this, you wouldn't be afraid. Yet I find this so fascinating when someone gives you all these simple tools and we don't want to embrace them. We don't even want to open our minds. We don't even want to hear it, because that would be too simple. And so this, how simplistic life is, and how simplistic, to the question that came in, to, again, I don't reveal who, because people ask me private questions all the time, like, can you tell me why, or can you tell me why this is like this? And, why that brilliant question came in is, can conditioning change? Yes. If you want it. But you have to want it more than anything in the world. You have to want it more than dying. You have to want what you want more than letting go of what you don't want. And letting go of what we don't want is conditioning. That's why all this is happening, because we are conditioned to do what we're told instead of do what we need and what feels good and what's right for us. And so, if you're in denial and you don't want to see that little basic simple things can help you feel better, it's telling me why whining and complaining are high top on everybody's list right now, and their top priority instead of actions to fix you. So yes, I had a little temper tantrum with myself. My husband got to have a little bit of it. And it was more just my feathers got ruffled. Why? Because I have this heart that I want to help all of you. I want to make you feel better. I want people to feel good. And I've been accused of having no feelings from clients. Like, do you ever feel anything? And I feel everything. I do. But I've learned not to be so empathic. I know it's a big word that comes out of a lot of people. They're misunderstanding empathic and compassion. Empathic is feeling other people's pain. I don't want to feel your pain, but I do want to respect your pain, which is compassion. I do want to respect the fact that it's there trying to get you to wake up. And the gift that we are all missing right now is to wake up and see reality. Realist, right? Dom the realist, Dom the realistic, teaching everybody what is important right now. And no one wants to see it. I shouldn't say no one. And I've been dropping simple tools left and right for you guys. Left and right, I've been dropping simple tools. Just go to my website, free tools everywhere, like this daily text, the IDI that you have on Facebook. Those of you who are Instagram, you get a daily motivation just like everyone else. But if you want that daily text every morning to wake you up and go, you know what? I need to think about that. Open your mind. If you want that daily idea, that's what comes out of every morning. Those who say, no, yes, I want that. I want that free. Then you go to the next tip. Oh, I want a free book. Oh, I want to. If you all show up on Monday night, so I've been doing the Truth Tribe free. It's not normally a free product, but I've been offering that free every Monday night for all of you to join in. If you really want to heal, you get on these calls and you go, okay, what do I need to do, Dawn? What do I need to change? I'm going to offer a free code. I'm going to offer another free online live digital coaching that I do with all my clients, but it's digital and it's on video. I will give a free code to anyone who wants it on Monday night to show up. And so what I'm also asking is those of you on the Truth Tribe calls on my live feeds, I'm going to have you all start opening up the Universal Truth Tribe. It's a group. It's a closed group. But if you ask to be part of it, that's where I'm going to start moving this later. So I'm trying to offer all of this, and they're super simple tools, 15, 20 minutes of your life on a daily basis, and no one wants to do it. And that's what I was wondering. That's what the question was. Can conditioning change? Only if you take action. Right? And so a lot of the other tools that were super simple that I've been offering on the physical form, again, a lot of people don't realize I'm not here just spouting off randomness. I have a science degree. I have a science background. I get it. I have researched more health and nutrition and, diet support that has been part of my coaching for a very long time in the past. And the reason is because I've had a lot of health issues in my past, so I didn't have a choice but to take back my power and not let everybody else tell me what I had to do to be better. I had to own being better. I had to own raising my, immunity. I had to raise my children's immunity when everybody said there's nothing wrong with you. And you can clearly see I'm miserable. So I've had all these experiences, and then I get these credible, very simple, natural uses from the universe to help you all. I've offered salt and minerals to help you guys build your immunity. Zinc, silver, two things that if you just research them, they will build your immunity and or help you heal if you start feeling a little bit wonky. You don't even let yourself, you wouldn't be afraid of this because you know you'd never get to the point of having to go to the hospital or a doctor. Because you would understand that if you put those in your body, they will help you. It's funny to me, this is a funny piece for you guys on zinc. So zinc, if y'all remember, I'm aging myself here because they don't do it anymore because of course pharmaceutical companies have moved from zinc, but babies, 80s and 90s and all prior to that, have had zinc nitrate, kind of a gel or an ointment put in their eyes so that they didn't get any bacteria or infections after being born. You'd all see them kind of have those glossy eyes. That's what they did. They put that in. Now they've switched it to an antibiotic, a drug gel. Probably something like a Neosporin version that can go in your eyes, right? But some version of that they're using now instead. But back in the day, and they're zinc colloidal silver. Silver nitrate, not zinc nitrate. Don't listen to that. I'm overlapping. So zinc and silver and all these elements that are not in our food and diet anymore will help you, but we don't research that. We don't look for the natural version that will help us. We think it can't be that simple. Back to my answer, simple. So it kind of is disappointing me when many of you are just wanting someone to give you the pill. You can't go back, guys. Remember on the Matrix? You want the blue pill or the red pill? There is no blue pill anymore. There is no old. There is no option. This is the new norm. This is how we're going to communicate from now on. This is going to change everything. And if you want to live with your power and take your power back, you're going to start figuring out how to make you bigger and better and stronger. And that includes raising your immunity, raising your mindset, immune building supplements, right? And so if you're going to build your immunity through supplements, anyone who knows, who's been through something extremely intense, extremely unhealthy, something that is maybe a heavy disease, and you use some sort of naturopathic healing, vitamin C is insanely powerful. It's antiviral. But that's too simple. And I'm just giving you some of the simple tools for physical immunity, right? To keep your immunity up. If you look at something that would be supernatural, would be, let's think of one. Oregano, olive leaf oil, all these extracts have antiviral and antibacterial properties, and they can't hurt you. Go eat the whole freaking olive leaf and or olive oil to build your immunity, and or oregano and oregano oil. But these are things that we don't go research. We just wait for someone to hand us a pill and say, take this and you're going to be okay. You don't have to put your trust in anybody else. You have to put it in you. And so this is where that was over my physical supplementing, right? I was helping people see things on a physical level of, okay, these are things you can do to build your physical immunity. Now let's look at this. I was saying, all right, how about your mind, your emotional, body, mind, and spirit as I teach, right? How do you raise your mental, emotional immunity? And this is what got me ruffled. I have seen so many positivity posts talking kind of like me, right? Saying, look, this is a way to change your mindset, change your beliefs, change your understanding of how to get yourself through to these things, and opening up to a healthier version of seeing things in a different way. Okay? And I have opened the door for all of you. And I have seen so many others who I've changed all my feeds. If you're negative Nelly, Debbie Downer, I've snoozed you. So if you're on here, you're seeing me. Well, and if you've been negative, I probably snoozed you. Why? Because I don't accept it. And what broke my heart is all this positivity posting that people are trying to go, look at the positive in this, or look at the options, or look at the curve falling, and oh, no, I don't want to see the curve falling. You want to see the drama and the doom and the gloom, and they can't let it go. Those are the people with the faulty foundations. Those who are posting all this positivity and saying, look, here we go, and things are going to get better, and I know this is an option. The trolls are everywhere. Now, they're not going away, guys. So those of you who are positivity posting, please don't stop. I'm going to harass you to keep going and keep up the great work. But the negativity trolls are everywhere, and they're there ready to pounce and say, oh, you're wrong. You're totally wrong, and this isn't okay, and it's ridiculous. And so you don't know if they're wrong because you haven't tried it. And I guarantee these simple tools that I'm teaching everybody, they work. How do I know? Because I use them every day with my children, with my family, with my friends. So it's not just me. But unless you take the simplistic advice and you try it and you put it on repeat mode, again, can conditioning change? Not unless you start repeating new things over and over again. And so, unless you take the positivity advice and then you do exactly what they're advising or simplifying and giving you ideas, you're not qualified to determine if it works. So why are you jumping on them? That's something I want you guys to start seeing. So I have seen, again, so many businesses go out. And then I've seen so many businesses excel. Are they at where they want to be or where they were? Probably not. And yes, is it irritating? Probably. But they're being creative in how to stay alive. They're not going down the negative Nelly route and go, oh, put the hands up. That's not going to happen. They didn't give me the pill, the blue pill, to go back to how it worked, how it's supposed to work. That didn't happen for them. A lot of these positivity businesses and companies, they are not allowing anyone to censor or stop them, and neither am I. I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. I'm not going to open the door for anyone to try and, you know, dampen my positivity and my outgoing mindset and my realistic mindset. The reality is everything that happens to you is your own damn fault. And I'll say it again, over and over and over again. Everything that happens to you is your fault. Now, if you don't want to take care of your health and you get sick, it's probably likely you're going to get lots of things besides this COVID. There's a lot of things that you can get just because you haven't taken care of your emotional, physical, and, mental health. But follow these companies and these people who are stepping up and going, I'm going to step up and live my life. Follow their lead. But don't just do it with your words and spouting off like, yeah, that's all great and good. But use your actions to do the same. Start supporting each other, encouraging each other. I get it why a lot of you aren't open to alternative ideas. I totally get it. And I can respect it, and I have compassion for it, and I understand 100% why. It's hard to let go of strong, deep, etched in your body, etched in your nervous system, etched in your wiring beliefs. And they're here, right? So I totally get it. If you've had certain strong beliefs for a long time, it's going to be hard to undo it. You have to want to change your conditioning. That's what beliefs are. Thank you for the question because it's brilliant. We have conditioned beliefs. So if someone tells you do this and I believe this is going to be okay, you're going to condition yourself to do that, even as small, as a belief saying, if I walk outside, this invisible, I don't know, is going to get me. It's not. Not if you have a conditioned belief saying, no, I'm building my immunity every day. I'm building my mindset every day. I'm building my happiness every day. I will not go down that road. And I don't really care if people pounce on me or not. That's never been my concern. I don't need people to believe in what I believe in. What I do want is to people stop asking for support and then go, no, not going to do that. That's too basic. That's not going to work. You don't know until you do it. And I guarantee when you hit a trauma, you'll do anything to override the system. So this is where it starts getting crazy, right? Where you're etched in, how should I say, the beliefs and the mindset that you all have and that you've gotten programmed into. It's okay to have what you have and believe what you believe, right? I'm okay with that, no matter where you are on the spectrum of this thing. Whether you are just completely in fear mode and this freaking you out and you just got to keep yourself safe, go for it. It's okay. Or if you're completely above it all and you're like, I'm good with it, that's super okay too. What I want to be very clear though is we need to be careful where we tell people when they're bad and they're trying to see the greater good of all this. And the reason I'm saying that is we need to stop bullying each other because it's so crazy. We teach our kids not to bully. Don't bully. Don't be mean. Yet I see adults doing this all day long on social media. I watch and I'm like, wow. And I see people who are insanely positive and driven and open-minded and spiritual, and they're losing it. And all of a sudden they went down again and they were struggling and they're kind of like, you better. That's not nice. That's bullying. You do this or else. I'm going to call and tell on you if you're not following the rules. Let them not follow the rules. They want to get sick. Let them get sick. It's not your job. You are not the adult bully in the playground. Well, maybe you are, and maybe this is what you have to look at in the face. So I want you all to understand, the more you're acting like a bully to other people, even if they're on the positivity scale, and that's where I'm seeing it the most, those who are trying to reach out and go, look, this is a really good thing. It doesn't have to be bad. They're getting bullied. And I'm like, wow. And we wonder where the kids learn it. Y'all say, oh, how is that child, being a bully? That's just who they are. No, they had to learn it from someone. And now I'm seeing how. So there's something in this where you're all asked, what is this all about? If we used one thing for us to heal, which is stop bullying each other, let people live their lives. If they want extra help, you just reach out to me. I will give you all the tips and tools I've had for 25 years of being in this industry. I have so much coming out of my mind and ears and books and product that I could keep you busy for the next 5 years yourself. So please, guys, if someone wants to stay in precaution and safety mode, let them. If someone has built their immunity and they feel physically strong and healthy and mindset and they want to shine for it, let them. Leave them alone. You have the power to be above this or not, right? You have the choice to change your conditioning. But if you're out to preach your anger, and it's going to be a rough ride. I'm telling you, this whole consciousness shift, again, it's mindset, belief, and who we are and what we've done and where we've been. This consciousness shift is basically a pause for everybody, and I get that. But what the pause is for you to all look in the damn mirror. Look in the mirror and see what you don't like and fix you there. Right? So here's a tip. If you're accusing or judging someone to fix something, or, oh, that's selling, false hope. Well, maybe you need to give yourself a little hope. Maybe you're the one that there's a good chance that if you're bullying someone about being positive and looking for different alternatives to heal and abundance and joy, maybe that's something that you've got to look in the mirror and go, there's probably a good chance you're in need of some positivity. Very good chance. Even if it's just a placebo for you and you don't believe it at first, but you keep going there, that's what it's asking you for, right? That's what it's asking you to start clearing and changing. So anyway, at the beginning of this whole thing, I saw a lot of huddling, right? I saw a lot of huddling and kindness and positivity and support and encouragement for each other. And now you're seeing the truth come out. You're seeing the reality come out. And you are starting to see denial. The denial of what the truth is for everybody and the reality check for everybody. And that's why people are getting fearful and frustrated at the denial of what they don't want to look at in their own life. Why? Because you're all in self-reflection. This has gone on for a lot longer than you all expected. And now you're having to sit with yourself a lot longer with a lot more intensity and a lot more, overwhelm than normal, because you have to sit with yourself and think, So I know today's post, whether it is, you can see it or not, but if you've become hypersensitive to positivity, you've given up your personal power completely. And, I see, if you can look at whatever it is that's bothering you in this experience, I want you to see it as your own junk, right? Whatever's irritating you, it is your own junk. And you either have the option of limiting yourself or launching yourself, limiting yourself and holding yourself back, or you can launch yourself into growth every damn day. And I know this is something that is a surprise for a lot of people, but you only need one star in the sky to light it up. And if that one person is the positive light in your life on that day, and it's uncomfortable, but you've got to follow it, just follow it, right? So those who are still in the light positive and it's working for you and your health, stay there. That's my promotion for the day. Is I'm going to ask all of you to jump ship from the negative Nelly energy, the fear, overwhelm, the scare, mindset, the scarcity mindset, there's not enough, and just say, if I could go bigger in my mind, if I could think bigger, what would I do? If someone were out there trying to help me and make shifts and changes, what would I do? Do you really want it, or do you want to come clean in your reality and stop being in denial and say, yeah, I'm kind of a negative person. I'm kind of closed-minded. I kind of, yeah, have to admit, I don't really want to do any work. I just want someone to give me the old blue pill and go back to my old reality. If you can at least honestly say that, at least you're living in reality. But if you don't, and you do want to make some shifts and changes, you're going to have to step up and take the new reality, which is the red pill. I know it's kind of just playing on the words of the Matrix, but that's really all I can give you guys. Is that's why people are literally bullying all the positive people out there that are trying to show you opportunities to get out of this, and no one wants out. No one says, cool, I'll take it. Whatever advice you give me, I'll do it. May not work for you, but the next 3 things do. Try it. So anyways, those of you guys who are on here, thank you for joining me. Go to my Facebook and join the Universal Truth Tribe group. You can either type it in, it's on the link here on Facebook, and get in so you can see the open discussions, because I will start posting more discussion stuff there on all of these, what I'm doing, other exciting things that are coming up. Remember, there is a ton of free help on my website, so if you're missing out, this is on you, nobody else. And again, on Monday, I'm going to give you guys a free code for the I Deserve It Academy online. So show up on Monday for the Truth Tribe, and we're going to discuss more topics. You all are completely open to send me questions and Q&A on why we're having a hard time getting out of this thing. It's simple. It is a simple answer, is you choose, right? You have the power now to decide to either to limit yourself or launch yourself. Completely up to you. It may not look sensible. It may not look easy. It may not even look fun, but you have that simple choice. If you want to change your conditioning, you either have to decide, will I limit or launch? Up to you. Launching means you've got to make small, different changes on a daily basis. They don't have to be big, but at least open your mind to someone wanting to get you to the next place, to get you into this new reality. Because we're not going back, and it's an exciting, amazing time. And last tip of the day, we're coming out of it. Y'all ask every time, spiritually, universally, in the planets, what's happening? Planets were like this, and now they're slowly dissipating and pulling apart. And they're breaking apart, and they're pulling apart from freedom from each other instead of being on top of each other. That's good. That's good energy, and it shows that the energy on the planet is going to follow along with the energy out into the universe. So if you can facilitate your mindset to see it from that perspective, we're slowly breaking apart from being constricted and restricted and in this confinement energy, and it's starting to break apart and spread open to some more opportunities. So just have faith, guys. This is ending, and it is slowly dissipating, and just know that it is going to end soon. And once that happens, you all have the chance to basically launch yourselves into the new mind, the new brain, the new body, the new belief system. Totally on you, and you're ready. Okay? So brightest blessings. Find me if you need anything. Have a great day.